when you have that solution with you, please let me know. So then I will just take it up during the break. I think during 8 o'clock break, I think we'll just check on that part. You keep the solution ready with you, so we'll just have a look at that. So the file, whatever you had, I will make you as a presenter, and we'll just check that out. Okay. So moving on, friends. So the next thing what we are going to see is about, I believe there are two other important concepts what we need to see. Something on the advanced charting. One would be the Pareto chart, Pareto analysis, and next one I believe it would be the controls and the other charts. We'll just see those. Okay, so till the last class we have seen about the waterfall chart. Friends, I'm audible to you all, right? Okay, that's good. Fine. So we'll just see now like what is the next chart type. Let us get loaded. So did you all try your assignments there? Whatever was there, were you trying that out? Because this class would get over by tomorrow, and after that would be your project assignment status. So basically, once you start doing your project, then it would be like 2 weeks time for you all to do. So you won't have much time to revise the other concepts. So that's why I'm saying please go through the assignments well, friends. So okay, it's taking quite some time to get this file open. Let me check what else. Close this. Okay, until this gets opened, I'll just open Tableau and keep things ready. So friends, we are going to connect with the sample superstore dataset here. Good morning, Manikandan. Very good morning. Okay, Sagar is asking a question. What happens if we are stuck in between any project or process? So what you can do is, Sagar, you can mail the support@edureka.co. So and ask for a session to be scheduled with me, Sagar, for any doubts or clarifications. If it is going to be a small doubts wherein it can be clarified over an email itself, I'll do that over the email. Or if there is something that I need to show that to you or show you that particular concept, that point of time you can mail to support@edureka.co and ask them to schedule a class. Not a class, maybe an extra session. So based on my availability, they will be scheduling a class. Then we both can connect and we'll just see what are the issues that you are facing. That should be fine, sir. Okay. Okay. So don't know what happened. What has happened with this file there? Let me just reload this particular module. In the meantime, I'm just opening my Tableau and connecting it to sample superstore. Okay. So we are going to work with the sample superstore dataset for this, and I'm going to tell you something about what we call them as Pareto chart. Okay. Will you all please connect to the sample superstore dataset here? We just have one more class that is tomorrow, Manikandan. So with that, we will be done. We have one more class, which is tomorrow. That's all. So we are in module 9, halfway. So we'll complete this module 9 today, and we will move on to the module 10. So module 10 is going to be not much of practical there, except the deployment, what I will be showing it to you all. And the remaining things are like connecting to R, how to connect to big data, Hadoop system, those things. So other things should not take us much time, so we should be done by tomorrow. Okay. So for this, initially the Pareto chart. So what are the things that is? What is the Pareto analysis? So let me just tell you, this Pareto analysis, they generally call them as cause effect analysis. Cause, what is the root cause and what is the effect of that? Or root cause they generally call them. So root cause effect analysis or Pareto analysis. So generally this Pareto is a person like who has found out this particular analysis. So hence the name Pareto for that. Okay, so what this analysis is saying, this analysis is saying 80% of the problems have the root cause of 20%. So 20% items, in other words, or in other words, I can just 80% of the problems, 80% of problems are because of okay. So what this means, in general life or in your project also you can apply this. The problem may be really big there. So it might be a very big issue there which is blown up. But what would be the root cause of that issue? If you are finding it out, it would be just a small mistake that we have committed there. So either it may be any time whenever you are doing a deployment to one server to another, or it can be on anything else. So as you all know, like the seeds. So for example, from one seed, an entire tree can be tree is coming from just one seed, right? So one seed contributes for bringing out an big tree. So something in that context, friends, here what they are saying, if a company is at loss, so in that loss, as per Pareto, what he is saying, 20% of my whole products are contributing for 80% of my overall loss. So, or it may be the other case also. So there may be people who are buying BMWs and Audi. So for them, they just target the 20% of the whole customers. In a real-time business scenario, if you see, the big car manufacturers, such as BMWs or Audi, the luxury version of that, they just target the 20% of the people. So, which are above middle class and upper middle class and upper class. Those two they target alone. So if you see, they are just 20% of the whole population, and the remaining 80% or less. So basically, they are just targeting 20% in order to make their overall profit of 80% of the profit has been coming just from the 20% of the people who are purchasing BMWs or Audi. So this is what we call them as a Pareto analysis. So similarly, we are just going to see a real-time situation here. So what are the items that are contributing for greater profits. So in the same lines, what example we will do is, we will take 20%, we will see the products, customers. So what percentage of our customers are contributing for overall profit? What percentage of our customers are contributing for overall higher profit? We'll see that. So this is basically the saying 20% of your own faults or mistakes are contributing to 80% of the problems. So that's what this Pareto analysis is saying. Are you all clear with this concept of Pareto analysis? Any questions here, friends? Please talk. Okay, thank you, Sagar and Sameer. Hope Kalpana, Jayashree, and others who are there, you have understood this concept. Good morning, Hasani and Kanya. So, did you all get the concept of this root cause analysis, this Pareto analysis? Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's great. So now what we will do, we will see a real-time example on how to do that using Tableau, how to bring out that. I'll just show that to you. Here there are a couple of table calculations that we are supposed to use. Okay. Sorry, I think I just clicked on join the class. Friends, you are all able to see my screen, right? Okay. So I'm just trying to open that particular module 9 there, which is not getting open for some reason. I don't know what was there. Do I need to clear the browser cache or something? Somehow it's not getting open. Let me just try this thing. It's not opening. I might have to do something. Okay. So in this case, friends, what we will do is we will take the profits and we'll take the customer names from our sample superstore. So I wanted to see now what percentage of my customers are contributing for maximum amount of profit. Okay. So what percentage of my customers are going to contribute for over my overall profit? So that is going to be my understanding here. Okay. So for this, what I'm doing is, friends, I'll just take my profit measure and just adding my profits. Okay. So I'll first add my profits. And in my rows, I'm just adding my profits. And in my dimensions, let me add my customer names. So if you see in my dimensions, I'm just adding my customer names. Okay. So now what happens? It gives me my individual customers based on their profits. I'm just ordering this item in a ascending or in a descending order. Profitability. I'm just adding this in ascending order, friends. See here, I'm having many customer names that is coming over here, and as I move on and on and on, so you see that my profit is increasing as I move on and on. Okay, I just added customer names in my dimensions, and these are like lowest customers, whatever this shows. So what are we going to see in this chart? So we are basically going to understand how many customers are contributing to what percentage of profit. So in order to do that, friends, I need something special here. So running total of profit, I'm saying, I'm just wanting the profit to be, so this is how my profit goes. these are my top customers who are contributing to my highest number of profits. I would like to know who are all, so how many of these customers are contributing to my highest profits. So for that, what I'm doing is, friends, so here our assumption is, as per Pareto, 80% of the profit is going to be generated by 20% of the customers. Okay, so that is going to be our assumption here. So what is our assumption, friends, for this example? It's 80% of profits are going to be contributed by 20% customers. Okay, 80% of the profits are going to be contributed by 20% of the customers. So this is what my golden rule of Pareto is. Okay, we'll just keep this in mind. Okay, and based on this, we have to design our system. Okay, so how are we going to do that? So I'm just going to change this view here, friends, to entire view. Okay, I'm just going to change it to an entire view, and as soon as I change it, can you see here, like entire things, my bars are no more appearing there. I just went here, changed my view to entire view. Instead of the standard view, I just clicked on the entire view and I get this kind of chart there. Okay. So after doing that, what I'm doing, so I need here what I need here. So I would like to know what percentage of my customers contributed to what is my overall profit. So for that, I'm going to use a table calculation here called, I'm just renaming the sheet first. Let me have this renaming. Okay. So here, what am I going to do? So I'll be taking my profits. I'll just right click on my profits and go to measure sum. I'll just go to a quick table calculation, and I'm going to change this quick table calculation as running total here. Can you see what has happened? As soon as I changed it as my running total, the graph which was, so this was the graph what I had it before adding a running total. And now after adding a running total, what has happened? You just see my graph, go to the quick table calculations, go to this running total, and then see what has happened. Can you see here? All my customer names are appearing, and there are at certain point of time, my profit is going up like this. Till one point of time, my profit is growing, and after certain point of time, the growth is stable, and then slowly my profit is decreasing. Can you see that? Friends, till one point here, my profit is growing on and on and on and on. Can you see this? Till this point, I assume that my profit is growing. And after it has grown to the max, maybe this might be my maximum point. After this, my profit is steadily declining. Are you able to observe this, friends? Are you all with me? I just changed the sum of profit to percentage of running total there. Okay. So this is our first thing what we are doing, friends. Okay. Next is what I need here. I need these columns to be represented in terms of percentage. So if I'm just representing these running total sum in terms of the dollar profits, I might not know what percentage of my customers are contributing to what percent of my profits. So I need a percentage here, friends. So already I'm having a running total sum, and I need a percentage here. How to get this? How to get this? So some point of time, I think Jayashree asked me how to perform a secondary calculation. So other than the quick table calculations, how to perform something called secondary table calculations. Yes. So we will see that how to perform a secondary table calculations here now, Jayashri and others. So we have already created a calculation here. I'm just going to edit this table calculation. Okay. Already this particular calculation has been done based on my customer name. Okay. So this is based on my customer name. This particular running total has been generated on table across. This has been selected. There is only one dimension which is there by default, that is my customer name. You all know this. When we are editing a table calculation, this is how the table calculation looks, and this is how the running total sum looks like. Okay. And can you see here there is something called add a secondary calculation. I'm just going to click on this part. Add a secondary calculation. So when I'm doing this add a secondary calculation, can you see now, like my first calculation, which is my running total, there is one more calculation which is there. Okay. So here I need to find my percentage of, instead of this running sum of total, I would like to have it as percentage of total. So in order to do that, what calculation I need to select from the secondary calculation type? Can you all tell me? So from here, what I need to choose, friends? I need to get the overall percentage of total there. What I can choose? Exactly. That's right. So we need to choose here the percentage of total. Exactly. That's right. So here I need to choose the percent of total. Okay. And I'm going to have it done by my customer name as well. So I'm just keeping it as table across. Okay. Percentage of total. I'm just keeping it as table across, friends, which is going to be my default one. Which table across here indicates that for all the customers, my percentage is going to come. Now can you see my left axis? What has happened? Everything, my percentage of running sum of profit has been changed to percentage values there. Are you able to see that? My left side axis has totally changed here, friends. Okay, can we use specific dimensions as well? Yeah, Jayashri, we can use specific dimensions also, but we don't have any other dimension for this particular graph other than my customer name. So we will be using customer name only. That's why we are using the customer name. Okay, friends. Okay. So now we are done with this. We just added a secondary calculation, and now I'm just closing this. As soon as I added the calculation, the percentage comes over here. Can you see here, friends? My 80% is coming in this way itself. Can you see here? This William Brown and 80% Ronald Figel. For this particular part alone, I'm able to see that 80% of my overall sales had come over. So if you are seeing this graph, then you can just see that this particular thing where 20% of, I do not know whether this percentage is going to be 20, but however I am able to see my overall percentage is 80% of my profit is getting generated over only by these many customers what we are seeing there. So this is something important what we should know. Okay. So my 20% of my profit, 80% of my profit is coming just by adding up the profits of these people. These very small group people. Okay. So is the total percentage going to be more than 100%? So there might be the overall profit is going, since it's the profit percentage, it is going around like 120 percentage also. It's 120, 125. So that is the max percentage of profit what we are seeing over here. So that's why we see around like it's going more than 100%. Since it's going to be the overall percentage of profit there, so there may be 100% profit, 200% profit also. So it depends on the sales what we are making, right? So profit can go above 100% also. 120% profit, 200% profit. So that's why we are able to see like the profit percentage here moving above like 124, 129, and then it's coming down as a whole. So profits can go above 100% also. Okay, is this clear, Manikandan? So that's why we are getting the graphs more than 100, 120%. Okay, so here Pareto chart, what we are going to find is Manikandan. So what are our 20% of the customers? Who are the 20% of the customers? And we are just going to verify here if they are going to bring us almost like 80% of the profit. So it's not mandatory that it's going to be within that 100%. So it's not mandatory because we do not know our data set there. So the profits can go above 100%, 120% also. So in that case, we just want to know who are those 20% of the customers who are contributing for 80% of my revenue. So my Pareto analysis is going to do that only. So we are not worried about whether it is going to be just 100% or what is the overall profit there. So my analysis is going to be like, so what percentage of customers are contributing to what percentage of profit. So in that case, where my 80% of the profit is going to come in my overall profit. So that is what this Pareto analysis is about. So even here in this particular data set, we are having some data which is more than 100% also. So it doesn't mean like we are not following the Pareto model there. So we will verify that. We'll not all data sets follow this Pareto analysis data. So it's not mandatory to check for everything. It depends, varies upon the data sets. So here, this particular data sets we are not sure. So it is just showing up there. Okay. So now we have got the percentage values here. We have just got a percentage values over here, and we are able to see the percentage of customers and the numbers coming here. Okay. So what's next? Now what I need to do is, see here I'm getting my customer names here, but I would like to have my customer names also as percentages only. I don't want my customer names to be displayed just like that as it is. So what I need to do for that, I need my customer names also as percentage. What do you think I can make use? Exactly, Sagar. So this analysis is just to know the break-even point of that. So where exactly our profit percentage and things are going to be, and what percentage of my customers are going to contribute for my overall profit. So that is where exactly I'll be using this analysis for. So my next question here is, friends, it's for you. Like you let me know how to change the customer names, whatever which is coming over here, into percentages. I'm just getting the names of my customers directly here. I need to convert this to percentages. How I can do that? Mm, okay. No, I need to add a table calculation here, Samir. So Jayashree is saying we have to take a distinct count and do a running total. Are you all accepting that, friends? We need to take a distinct count and we need to find the running total, or how are we going to get this? What do you think? How to make this also as percentage, friends? Okay. So here, edit the table calculation, and Kalpana is also saying the same. So the secondary calculation as percentage of total to customer sort process. Okay, customer specific dimension. Okay, friends. Here, let's just take that out, and so now what we will do is we are just going to convert this also as percentage. Okay. So before converting that as percentage, I need to perform a calculation there. Okay. So what is the calculation that I need to perform? I'm just going to introduce you to something called as a different type of calculations, which is very similar to our normal calculations only. I'm just renaming this calculation as percentage of customers. Okay. So here there is a function which is available in Tableau, friends. The function name is called index function. If you just see what this index function is going to do. So this index function is basically going to return the index of current row in the partition. So what this index function is basically going to do is, it will be, for example, if there are 100 customers, so it is just going to give a row number for each and every customer. So it's just going to give me a row number for each and every individual customers. So what's next? So after I'm getting this row number, I also have a function called size here. So what I'm doing here basically, for example, if there are 10 customers in total, so I'm just having those numbers here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you have 10 customers names which is available here, and we assume that each and every number is the customer name here. Okay, so I have totally 10 customers. What this index is going to say, if I'm there in my first customer name, it is just going to give me a row number of that. It's going to be 1. And what my size is going to say, it is going to tell me the overall size of this numbers from 1 to 10. It's going to be 10. So what would be my result here? It would be 0.1, right? So my result for this would be 0.1. For 2 it will be 0.2. So for the second row it will be 2 by 10, which would be 0.5. 0.05. Sorry, that's 2 divided by 10, which is 1 by 5, which is 0.25. Correct? So 1 by 5 is not 0.25, even if it's less than that. Okay. So I'm just not giving the exact calculation for now. So 1 by 5 would be like 0.2, near to 0.2, 0.3, like that. Yeah, correct. That's right. So similarly, friends, it would be 2 by 10 and 3 by 10. It would be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Like that, these numbers would go on and on and on. So 2 divided by 10, it would be 0.2, 0.2, like 0.3. And likewise, the number goes on and on. So when I'm basically doing this, friends, this is the same calculation what I have added it there also. I'm saying instead of taking my customer names, you take the index of my customers, and based on that you give me the size. So this is what I'm doing here, friends. So basically I have taken the index that is going to be the current row of that customer, and I'm going to take the overall size of that customer. So these two are the things what I'm doing there. Okay, so are you all clear with this calculation, friends? Are you all clear with this? Okay, so it's clear, everyone. Kanya, Jayashri is clear, I believe. Kanya, Manigandan, are you all clear with this calculation, friends? Okay, sure. I'll just explain the index part again, friends. Why we are using the index and size. Yeah, Manigandan, I'll just tell you why we are using the index and size. So here, index is basically going to give you the row number of this. For example, if I'm in this row, I'm having a customer called Manigandan. Okay. And in my row number 2, I have one more customer name. Assume that my second customer name is Kanya, and my third customer name would be something else. So like that, I'll have my customers. So what this index is going to say, you are aware about indexing in a normal SQL server, right? It's nothing but a pointer location. So similarly, what it is going to tell me, if my customer is in my first customer, first customer there, my index will be 1 here. Similarly, if my customer is second, then my index will be 2. Like that, my index numbers keeps on changing there as my numbers gets added up here. Okay, so that's what this what field? Yeah. So here we are going to assign a field now only, Manigan. We are going to use it for customer name. The indexes we are going to use for customer name. So the index, whatever we are seeing here, we are just going to make use of this index for a customer name field. Okay. Yes, exactly. This calculation has to be created for customer name. I'll tell you how to make that calculation to assign it to customer name. So what we are doing, this index is getting generated, and displaying the size is basically going to determine the overall size of this particular data set. So index would be 1 and overall size is 10. So 1 divided by 10 would be 0.1. Okay, so 1 divided by 10 would be 0.1. So like that, the calculation goes on. So this is what the index calculation is going to tell us. So index is going to define me the indexing, and size is basically going to tell me the overall size of this data set. So now are you getting me what this is going to do? Because I just need my percentage of my customer names. I'm just making use of this customers. Okay. Now what I will do is, okay. Now what I will do is, I'll remove my customer name from this, and this calculation, whatever I have created, this percentage of customers, I'm just going to drop it here. Friends, just a moment, just a moment. I'll be back in 2-3 minutes, just a moment. Sorry friends for the inconvenience, I'm just back. Uh, after I'm just adding this percentage of customers here, can you see now? I'm just getting a percentage like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Likewise for my all individual customers, whatever percentage I'm having, it is just getting represented in terms of that 0.1, 0.0 like that. Okay, so for this calculation, what I need to do is, friends, I need to tell this calculation. Friends, can I start if you are all there? Okay, so now till now if you see, this is what we have got it, and after I'm just adding this percentage of customers calculation, what are things that we got over here, I'm just right clicking here, friends. I'm just going to edit this table calculation. See what is happening, and there is, when I'm editing this table calculation, there is something called compute using which comes over there. Can you see here? It's just saying me compute using and percentage of customers. I'm just going to take my customer names also here. I'm just dropping my customer name field here. Okay. I'm just going to edit this calculation. And after I add my customer name to the view, and you see, there is something called customer name which is coming, compute using. I'm just going to edit this table calculation, and I'm just going to change it to compute this based on my customer name. I'm just going to select my customer name alone here, and then change it based on my customer name. Now after I'm doing this, I can just remove my customer name from this view. See now what happens, if I'm removing my customer name from this view, it is throwing an error for me. So I will not show my customer name, instead I will just drop my customer name in my detail shelf. Now what has happened? Now basically my percentage of customers have come, and my mark type has been changed now, friends. This just changed to a normal mark type. So instead of this, I'm just going to change this mark type as a line. Okay, I'm just going to change this mark type as a line, or maybe to some other mark type there. So after I'm doing this, percentage of customers, so I'm just showing that to you again, friends, if I just want, you all wanted to see this. So first let me remove this table calculation, okay. So my earlier view, I just had my customer name only. So as and when I just had my customer name, my view was looking something like this, right. So my earlier view was something like this. Okay, so this is how my earlier view was. So this was my percentage of names, whatever I had there. Now what I am doing, I'm just created a calculation called percentage of customers. So I'm just taking the index, and basically I'm going to take the sizing there. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll take this calculation, add this to my view along with my customer name. So as and when I added that, it has just changed my view to something like this. Now what I will do, I will take my customer name, drop it to my details mark. Okay. As soon as I did that, my detail shelf got changed to like this, friends. As soon as I changed that, my detail shelf got changed to this. And when you notice this row, it is coming like 0.00, 0.05, 10, 15, 2025. Like that, it is listing my customer names, and most of my customer details are coming over here. So what I need to change it here, I just need to right click here, friends, and compute using, I just need to change it to compute using my customer name. And you see now, I changed my calculation type. I went here, changed this compute using my customer name, I changed it. Okay, what's next? So I'll verify my profits. Even my profit is getting computed based on my customer name. Yes. Now, after I'm getting this particular, I just changed both of this to be computed based on my customer name. I just went here, changed my profit to customer name. I just went to my sum of profit, changed my compute using to customer name. So both my profit and my percentage of customers, both are going to be changed based on my customer names now. Okay. Now I have got a kind of a line kind of thing there here. So now what I'll do, I'm going to change this mark type to a line. And you see now I need to going to add a reference line for this particular shelf, friends. I'm just going to add a reference line. How to add a reference line? I'm just going to click here, add a reference line. I'm saying it is for the entire table, you add this reference line. So where are you going to add this reference line? For that, I'm just going to say here, instead of label computation, I'm just going to say here it's going to be the value. So here in this label, so the line type I'm going to make it as per pane here, okay, and then I'm just going to make the value is going to be constant here. So instead of having any values, I'll just have this particular thing as a constant here. So after I give my constant over this, I just need to add at 80%. So 0.80 I need to add a reference line. So I'm just mentioning this again here. And I need my reference lines as a dotted lines there. So I'm just having that. And maybe I can just have my color of my reference line in a red color or something. I'm just going to click on OK. So this reference line, whatever I added is for this 80% mark, friends. And here also, here I am not actually getting it in terms of percentage. So how to change it to percentage, friends? So I just need to edit this axis. And there is something called format axis here. So here if you just see the percentage of customers, there is something called format. I just go to this format, and instead of numbers, I'm just going to select as percentage here with 2 decimal places. So see here, I just need to right click here, friends, go to format, and inside the format, I'll be changing it to percentage so that the numbers are appearing as percentage of this. Okay. And what is next? I just need to add a reference line for this also. So I'm just adding a reference line. I'm going to change this reference line as percentage of customers. I'm going to keep that. I'm just going to change it as constant. So what am I going to do here? The 0.20 is going to be my constant value. and I'm just going to have the reference line as this mark, and I'll be having it in a red color. This is going to be my reference line type. Just clicking on OK. So now can you see here, friends? My x-axis and y-axis is basically meeting exactly at this point, which is going to be my 80% and my 20% is exactly meeting at maybe like on not exactly 80%, like 81.2 and like 81.2, and we can just say like it is, yeah, this is my exact number. At 81.6, I think 20 would be mating there with 81.6. So what this graph is saying, it's basically saying my 20.18 customers are basically contributing for my overall 80% of my overall profit. So if I'm going to target these customers only, I'll be getting near to 80%, but this is not on 100% scale, friends. It's on 120% of scale. So for now it is because the profit is going more than 120 also, it's slightly higher. But you can just keep that 80% of your customers are going to contribute for overall like 80% of your revenue is coming from 20% of the customers. So 80% of your profit is coming from 20% of the customers. This is fine, friends. Are you all getting me? This Pareto chart. How many of you want to see this once again? Sure. I'll just show that to you once again, friends. How about others? Are you all getting them? Others? Okay. So, friends, here two things what we have done. Okay. So, did you all understand this percentage of customers calculation and these things? Okay. Fine. Okay. So, you all understood this part, right? Okay. So I think you didn't understand the reference lines part alone. Maybe I'm just undoing the changes whatever I did. Okay. So this reference lines are nothing but, friends, it's just going to be your normal lines here, whatever you are drawing. I'm just undoing the changes, whatever I did. Okay. I have removed the reference line. Okay. So till here you all got how to get this view. It is just go to this compute using and then change it to customer name and profit based on my customer names only. Okay. So you are changing both of this based upon the customer name. Okay. So till here you are all clear. Now I need to know where exactly my 80 and 20, if I can apply this, my 80-20 rule in this, how to make use of this 80-20 rule. So for that, friends, here alone I am able to see something in percentage. Here I am not able to see that in percentage because I am saying the percentage of customers is the calculation I have made, but in my format it is just numbers only. So what I'm going to this format and changing my format of this numbers to percentage. So I right click this axis, go to this percentage format and click on OK. Fine. So now this also has changed to percentage. Now what I need to do, I need to apply my 80-20 rule, for which I need my axis there. So for that, I'm going to add a reference line. So what this reference line is going to do? Okay. Yeah, Sagar, slightly you should be getting a different window in Mac system, friends, because of the Tableau software's thing there in Mac. It's slightly different than that of the one what we are seeing it in Windows. So people who are using Mac system, they should be getting a different view there. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Sagar. That's right. So it is for Windows. It is basically working on a different way, and Mac. Even my previous batch students had the same problem that who are using Mac. It had some compatibility things, and the Windows and things what I am showing would be different for them when they are saying it in Mac. So that issue is there. This is with the software itself, friends. So the one what we are seeing it in Windows would be slightly different there in Mac. Okay. So now we just saw about this, friend. So I just changed it to a constant. I changed it to a constant. So what is 80 percentage represented, friend? In a normal calculation, 80 divided by 100, right? So what is 80 divided by 100? Isn't that 0.80? So I wanted my 80 percentage, so I just typed in 0.80 there. And I wanted my line to be as a dotted line. I changed my line type to dotted line, and I'm changing it to a different color there, orange. Okay. And click on OK. Now exactly at 80 percentage, a line comes here. Exactly it meets over here this point. Okay. And there is something called, similarly I'm going to add a reference lines for this also. Add a reference line. Here you need to tell me what value I need to enter. I'm going to change it as constant. And what is the value I need to enter it here, friends? Exactly. It is 0.20. That's right. It is going to be 0.20 here. That is going to be the constant value that I will be entering it here. And that is going to be something like a dotted line like this. I'm going to click on OK. And as soon as I do that, here is my 20%, this is my 80%. So they both are meeting at this exactly here. So maybe I should say at 81.7, I'm getting my 20.5. So 20.05% of my customers are contributing for my 81.7% of my profit. So if I am targeting these customers on year-over-year basis, I will be able to make a good profit. At least 80% of my profit would be coming from these customers only. So based on, if I am targeting them, my business should do well. So this is what big companies like BMWs, Audis, and they are doing here. So though they do not have a higher market share in India's perspective, they just target these 20% of the customers. So they know who to target, and they target these 20 people, 20% alone, so that they are making good amount of profit there every year. Is this clear, friends? Everyone? Is this clear for everyone? So this is what our Pareto analysis is about. Manikandan, is this fine for you? Thank you, Samir and others. Are you getting this, Manikandan? Okay. Okay, friends. So, as we are done with this, we'll just go and see this presentation part. Why this stuff is not getting open for me? For some reason, I'm not able to open this advanced visualization charts, friends. I don't know what was that. So, I'm not able to open the presentation. So maybe I have to rely on some of your screens to see like what is the next chart that we are going to see. Yeah, actually I don't have a Chrome here. I just have it in IE alone. So I don't have a Chrome browser. So what I would do is I'll try opening it in IE again. Let me try this now. I think you are all able to see my screen well, right, friends, everyone? I think I'll try opening this presentation in IE for now. Let's see if that's opening up. Okay. So this is what is about the Pareto charts, friends. Okay. We'll just see the other chart, whatever we are having. I think we have something called funnel chart and the normal other charts also, I believe. Maybe you can just help me out, friends. So what are the other charts that we are having? We have seen about the waterfall chart and we see the Pareto chart. So we all have seen the box plots, right? I think already we have all seen the box plots. Yeah, it's the control chart. Yes. Sure, friends, we'll go for a 5-minute break. In the meantime, Lopita had a question for us. Okay, presentation is not shown for you also. Oh, yeah. Please, friends. So we'll clarify the questions, whatever we have. In this 5 minutes break, others can go for a break, friends. Okay. Sure, Manikandan. I'm just coming to you. So coming to Lopita's question here, friends, um, so Lopita, I'm just making you as a presenter. You please share your screen, and then I'll come to Manikandan's question there. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Manikandan. We'll just verify that. Not a big deal. So Lopita, I have made you as a presenter. Let me know if you are sharing your screen for this. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. Yeah, Lokita. Okay, you are taking your customer name and the profits here. Okay, subcategory, product name and things. Okay. So you have added a filter there by your product name. Sure, Sagar, I'll make you as a presenter as well. So here we have added a filter, okay, where your profit is greater than 0. Can you just go to your other windows, Lokita, this wildcard and top? Have you selected something from that? Yeah. Edit that filter. Go to this wildcard. Okay. Top filter. None, right? And general. Can you just go to the general? Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can click on OK. So after you are doing that, still your product name are having the negative values there. Yeah. Profit is -4. Okay. Can I have a control for your screen, Lokita? I would like to see that. Can you share me the control? It is like you just need to pass me the keyboard and mouse control. Okay. I think I have the control now. Let me just check that. Yeah, I think I have it now. So here basically we are going to take the segments there. What I'm doing, let me remove my segment for now. Just a moment, I'm just removing the segment. Okay. I just removed the segment now, and I was trying to, so here from the question here, which was asked by Lokita, she is able to see some negative values for those numbers whenever the profits are there. She is able to see some negative values for those profits. Even when adding this filter, it's not working. That's what Lokita had told. I'm just removing the product name from these filters also. Okay. So I'm just going to re-add this product name to my filters. Okay. So I'm just applying here this and clicking on OK. So now when you are checking this, my profit values are working fine, friends. So based on my product name, this particular based on my subcategories also, this is not coming. Now what I'm doing, I'm just taking my segment and adding that segment over here. Now let's see. So as soon as we add the segment to this, friends, can you see here? We are able to see negative values that are coming, like -1 is getting applied. So the filter, whatever I'm applying, that filter is basically applying it for the product names alone. Okay, and that filter, whatever I'm just applying, it is just working for product names alone. So the filters, whatever I just applied, is not basically taking me the other values, but somehow this segment is having some negative values based on the segment. And somehow just because we are adding a segment over here, this particular thing is the profit calculation, whatever I am just applying, that is not getting applied for all the segments also. So because of which I am able to see some negative values there. Okay, I am able to get some negative values there. So for this kind of things, whenever we are getting these things, friends, so whenever I am adding the segment there, I am just adding this pane, fixed axis. So I am unable to click this. Lobita, can you help me clicking this fixed axis? Double click this. We are not able to click that. Okay then, not a problem. You can leave that Lobita. So what I am going to do is, I will just take this product name then. I'm just going to add it to a context. So there is something called add to context, but however in this particular case, the segment values, whatever I'm seeing there, because of the segment, I'm just getting some issues just because the profits are not getting added just because of the segment field. So because here the segment is basically not taking the filter whatever we have chosen there. So now what we need to do is we just need to create an individually one more filter based on the segment also, friends, and click on apply here. So even after doing that, I'm just seeing some negatives there. So this one seems to be like, okay, I'm just removing the segment from this view for now. So for now my sum of profit is ranging from here to this place only. But when we are adding the segments there, let me try it out with a new sheet. Profit and product names. Yeah. So let me just check this now. I may say it to this right. I'm just clicking on apply. I'm clicking on OK. Still, I'm just getting this profit as negative for some of the values. So there seems to be an issue after we are adding the segment alone to this view. Let me check on this. So the filters, whatever we are applying, that is getting overwritten when I'm just changing this view there. So I'm just trying this out, friends, or else I'll get back to you on a solution for this by tomorrow. So calculation, whatever we just created, actually this seems to be strange. I just need to check on this. So after adding a segment alone, why this view is getting altered? It should not actually. Okay. So, friends, actually, what is happening here is, so you are writing a calculation, right? And after you are writing a calculation, and after you are done with writing that particular calculation there, so you are getting a one particular view there. So you are applying a filter for that based on the profit. So after adding that particular thing, and when you are adding one more segment or other categories when you are adding, and you would like to eliminate the negative values there. Okay. So whenever you wanted to do these kind of operations, friends, whenever you wanted to remove the negative values, what is happening when you are adding one more thing? It's getting overwritten by that particular value. So for example, here the segment is there, and I'm just removing this filter for now. So product name is the segment I'm using. Okay, and what else? Maybe product name and segment alone I use. So now I'm going to add a filter by a product name again here. So I'm going to a condition. and I'm going to give a condition by field by sum of profits where my sum of profit is greater than or equal to 0. I'm going to click on apply here and click on OK. See, till now, still I'm just getting some negative values to this profit. Okay, so instead of this product name now, what I'll do is, let me add my profit itself. So my sum of profit is at least, I'm just going to give a value here. I'm going to click on apply. I know. Now can you see, friends, what has happened? So whenever we are applying any calculations that is based upon our dimension attributes, if I am adding more and more dimensions to that view, that values changes. Now can you see if is there any negative values here, Lokita? Can you try that? See if you have any negative values. Can you add one more field? I think you have added. Can you add that field also? What was that field? Was this the subcategory or something? You just had it in sheet 9. Yeah. Now can you look out for some negative values here in this list? Okay. We are not able to find any negative values, right, in this list? Okay. So what has happened previously, friends, and what has happened now? So like earlier one, when the segment was added to this particular list there, basically my filters were overwritten by the view. So my filters were overwritten by the view here means what is happening, whatever filters what I am having there, friends, the filters whatever I am creating that, those filters are getting replaced by my view items whatever I was adding. So as and when you add more and more items and the granularities, there may be situations like this, friends. What has happened now? So you should be in a position to understand like, okay, what went wrong now and why things were not working fine. So if you just understand this a bit deeper, this is what is happening. So basically the sum of profit, whatever we were adding it there, that was based on one particular field only. So that sum of profit was applied for that field alone. But next thing when I wanted to do that, I directly drag and drop this profit field there and I just applied there, and you saw now what happened. The negative values, though now if I'm adding other fields also like region or any other thing, my view will not get altered. My view will not get altered as you add more and more fields, more and more products, everything when you are adding, my view will not get altered. Anytime my filter will not get altered. Rather than saying my view will not get altered, that would be a wrong statement. It's just my filters that will not get altered anytime. Are you all getting me, friends? Everyone? So this was your issue, Lokita. So whenever you were adding a new dimensions to the view, and that's when your filters were not applied there for that. So after you made it as a context, then it was appearing. Okay, is this fine, Lokita? Do you have any more questions? Okay, I'm just taking back my presenter rights and I'll just share the presenter rights to Manikantan there. Okay, so I'm just making you as a presenter, Manikantan. You can share your screen, then I'll make Sagar also. Okay. Yeah, Manikandan. So you were saying that your Pareto charts view was not coming proper, right? Can you also please share me the control there? No problem, Lopita. You're welcome. So Manikandan is having an issue with the data. He is not able to get the same graph as we were getting. So there may be two issues. One might be the data set what was using can be different than the one what I'm using. Or I'm just checking that once again. Can you pass me the control, Manikandan? So there should be towards your right in the small window there you should be able to see something called give control there. So you can just give, Lopita, how did you give control? To me there was a keyboard, give keyboard and mouse control, right? There was an option for you. Okay, you are giving me the control, let me check now. Okay friends, let's see if I have control now to this point. Yeah, I have control. Okay. Okay, so now just checking out this particular thing, the data first. So you have taken the sum of profit, the percentage. Let me just edit the formulas. Percentage of customers. Okay, computed across the table across. So have you changed this view to compute using the customer name? You have changed it. Okay, what is customer name? This is sum of profit. How compute using changed to customer name as well. So seems to be fine, Manikandan. Whatever data what you have changed, and just changing this type to a line. Okay, and we just have a line here. And we have our customer names here. Let me just quickly see that. So you have your profits added, you have your customer names, and you have just made it in ascending order. Have you changed it to a entire view? Okay, that is an entire view only. I'm changing it to entire view. So this is what we are getting. Okay, this seems to be fine. I'm adding a calculation for my profit, add a table calculation, and it's going to be percentage of, so what is the first calculation? Is going to be my percentage of running total. So I need to give my running total calculation before I add this. So I'm just going here, going to the quick table calculation, changing it to running total. So seems to be your data is slightly different than mine, Manikandan. Anyway, I'm just trying that out. We can just see. So I'm just making it based on my customer name. I'll just edit the calculation. So tax total add a secondary calculation, and I'm saying it's going to be percentage of total, and it's going to be based on your customer name. We just added that here. So here for profit we have added. For customer name, I'm dragging that. Yeah, your view seems to be slightly different. I believe there is the data set what you and me are using is slightly different one, Manikandan. That's why we are getting a different view there for you, and there is a different view there for me. The reason is that, and after I change this, let me change this to a next level calculation. Compute using my customer names and the profit. Compute using my customer name and yeah, the data set, what you were using, Manikandan, I think it's slightly different. So that's why, hence we are just getting this view. Can you see here the initial profit is going, no, it's not about the sorting order alone. Yeah, maybe we can just try that. But for now, like we can just see it. Sorting is basically done based on the customer name. I'm just editing the sort, going to the sort options instead of making it field profit sum and just making it descending. Let's see how this view is now. Yeah. Yeah, now this is perfect, Manikandan. Now you are getting the same data set as I was using. You just need to change this profit percentage there from ascending order to descending order, and you can just see now. You can just add a reference line. You can just see that coming out nicely. So it was with the profit order there, Manikandan. That's right. So it's just because like the order was in a descending order. Seems it was looking like it was a different data set. So it is 0.8. I'm clicking on OK here, and we just have a reference line. And similarly for this, you just need to go here, change the add a reference line, change the format. Just need to click on OK, and yeah, here it goes. Just change the format of this. And change it to percentage. So here we go, Manikandan. So this is the graph what you would be having. I think you just can change it in the same order as I did. You just can change the view there and get the same data. Okay? Yeah, you're welcome. So anyone else from Sagar, you had question here? I'm just taking back my presenter, right? Sagar, you wanted to share your screen? Okay. I just made you as a presenter, Sagar. You can just check now. And please pass on, yeah, please share your screen. Okay, so you are also getting for the Pareto charts and very similar to the one what Manikandan has done. Okay, you want me to, can you pass me the presenter control for this, Sagar, control? Sorry, I think you have given me the presenter rights back.
Okay.
Sagar, can you pass me the control alone? Just like you need to pass on the keyboard and mouse control. Okay, let me see if I have got the control. No, not yet, Sagar. I haven't got. One moment. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I'm having control of the screen. See, for this, Sagar, I'm just taking a new sheet. What we need to do is the sequence has to be followed the same way, friends. So, what we are doing, we are just going to take the customer name first. Customer name, and we are going to take the profit. I'm just swapping this axis and making it in descending order based on my customer name. So my profit, I'm just changing it in the entire view and changing it as entire view, friends. So this is how my data should look. Okay. Now I need to add a percentage for my profit. So I'm just adding a quick table calculation. I'm making it as running total. I think I have a quick table calculation. I'm changing it as running total. Okay, now I'm getting this, and I need to add a secondary calculation. I just need to click on this edit table calculation, add a secondary calculation, and it's going to be on customer name. So I just chose that customer name to be my dimension there, and I'm clicking on OK. So sum of profit, sorry, I think I haven't added that secondary calculation. Let me add that once again. So here the compute using has to be based on my customer name, and I'll click on this edit table calculation and add, it is not difference from, it is percentage of total. Okay, so now we get this visual there, and we get something like this as percentage. The same thing you just need to do it for this also based on the customer name. You just take this customer name field, drop it in your detailed shelf, and then take the percentage of customers, drop it from here to your columns. And after you do that, change the compute using option and change it to customer name level, and you will be getting something like this. Change the mark type to line and then you can just make a format changes here. This number format, whatever you are having, change it to percentage.
How do you get that?
Sorry, Sagar.
I could not get that edit option at the percentage of customers. So, no, I was wondering, how did you get that?
No, it was just right click here, go to format.
Yeah, exactly. But since I'm not using a mouse, I don't get this option.
Oh, you don't get this option, is it?
No, I don't get that option.
Strange, actually.
You want
Can you
me
right
to do?
click here? You should. Yeah, please. Right click here.
I get this option.
Okay, edit access. You just get this. Click on cancel.
Sorry?
One moment, Sagar. Just a moment. Click on cancel here. Are you not? Are you doing a right click, or maybe in your Mac is that a different click there? I think the issue is with the click.
I'm just using the trackpad.
Okay.
I'm not using a mouse out here. So maybe
Okay.
because
Can you use your mouse? Yeah. So I'm using my mouse and I can see this option there, format, which comes there.
Okay.
Here is where you need to change that percentage.
Right. So basically, in a nutshell, I'll need to start using a mouse, in Tableau more often.
Correct. Right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Because your OS version is something different, right? So that's the reason why you have to.
Right. Fair enough. I got this.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. So I'm back the presenter, right, Sagar? Thank you. Okay, friends. So I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not able to open the presentation topics here. Either in any of the browsers, I'm not able to open it. Okay, so I might have to use some of your screen for which this is there. So I'll just tell you. I think we have seen the box plots already, and the box and whiskers, and we just know how to add a reference line and to make the charts even better looking. And we'll see something called funnel charts, friends, for now, okay? And for control charts and other things, I might have to take one of your screens, or maybe I'll just continue tomorrow in our next class. Okay, we'll take something called funnel charts, and how to create those funnel charts we'll just see now. Okay, so I'm going to create a funnel chart for this. Okay. So here there are various phases of sales. So if I want to represent the sales process here, or would like to see like how many things are there and how many. So for example, indicate the sales process. For example, in order to indicate some process here, we make use of something called funnel charts. I'll say you what this funnel chart is. So it may be like various phases of a website, like how many users are downloading it from your website, how many users are contacting you, how many users are hitting your website, so how many users are purchasing from your website. For example, you have a website similar to Amazon, right? So you would like to know, right? So how many people are downloading your app, how many people are directly in touch with you, how many people are like sending you codes, and how many are hitting your website. So these things you would know, you should know, right, automatically. So something in a similar in nature, we will make use of something called funnel charts here. Okay. So there are two ways of doing this funnel charts. I will be showing you both the ways, okay? And you can refer it from the presentation slide also. So I think it should be self-explanatory for you. Okay. So what we will do, we will create a funnel chart and then make use of that. Okay. So first, what I would do is I will take something called based on segments or categories. Let me create a funnel chart first. So do we have a segment here? Okay, we have a segment. So I'm just taking the segment and adding it in a row string. Okay. So based on the segment, what I would like to see, I would like to see my segment based on my sum of sales. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm taking my sales to my size. Okay. I'm taking my sales to my size. And segment I just added on the, size I'm just adding it here on my rows first, then I'll add it in size. Okay. So sum of sales I'm just adding it in my rows, and then segment I just added to my columns. Okay. And after doing this, friends, what I'm doing is, so the same thing, dimensions I'm just added to the rows. Okay, so now what I will do is I'll take the size. So size is basically I'm taking the sales size and just dropping my sum of sales in size. So based on my sum of sales, my chart type comes over like this. So this is like my normal way of creating that. Okay. So after doing this, I'm just going to change the mark type here. So for now it has been shown as a normal bar there. I'm just going to change it to a area kind of chart here. Can you see now, friends, what has happened? So I'm just getting my area like this, okay, for my positive sum of sales. So I would like to have one more segment created here, friends. So I will also like to see my, so it's not currently in the shape of a funnel. So what I would do is I'll first create this view. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'll take a calculated field, right click here, create a calculated field. So I'm going to say like negative sales. I'm just creating something called negative sales. I'm putting a minus symbol before my sales figures. Okay. So I have just created this field called negative sum of sales. And this negative sales, whatever I have created, friends, I'll just take this. I'm just going to add it maybe here. Or what I would do is I'm just adding it next to next. And you see now, both of my charts got merged together. I'm just going to swap this axis. Sorry, yeah. So both of my graphs got merged together. So this is basically going to tell me based on my various segments here, friends. So I'm just enabling the text for my segments there. I'm taking my segment. I'm just dropping it in the textual table. Okay. So after I do this, so if you see this chart here, friends, I'm just making it so I'm just changing it to percentage of total, somewhere the sales probably. Quick table calculation, I'm doing percentage of total. And negative sum of sales, whatever I have created. Okay. So, friends, what I'm doing here is just creating a type kind of funnel kind of type here. If you just see here, this is something, this is like looking like a funnel there. So this is my outermost portion of my funnel. So within that funnel, the lowest contributors have been my home office. And then next comes my segment, corporate segment, which is here, and which is basically contributing more. And the highest of this would be my consumer segment there. So here basically this funnel chart, whatever we are seeing. So friends, some of you are able to open this particular thing there. Are someone able to open the presentation at your end? I'd like to check out something on that. Can I make you the presenter then? Yeah. So Jayashree, I'm just making you as a presenter. I would like to see the presentation there. So, I'll be sharing this presentation from Jayashree's screen. So as this is not getting opened at my side, I'm just making Jayashree as presenter. Yeah, you are the presenter now, Jayashree, and can you please pass on the keyboard and mouse control alone to me? Okay, so this is how, thank you, Jayesh. So this is how a funnel chart would generally look, friends. If you just see, Jayesh, can I have control of your screen, please?
You have it now? Or?
No, I don't have control. Okay, I don't have a control. So can you just go to the start of this slide? Can you just go to the beginning of this?
I'm trying to give the control to you, so okay.
That's not actually getting there.
I don't know. So I'll just okay. I'll just. You want me to slide it over?
No. Can you move it before?
Before, okay.
Yeah, this is what the funnel chart generally looks something like this. So it is generally to help you out to see the process of this, so how it goes on. So first it starts with the highest one, and then it moves on towards the lowest part. So basically a sales process or certain things that would be represented in the form of a funnel chart here. So Jayashree, can you go to the next? Yeah. So this is like a modern, so this is the latest one, that is like a modern funnel chart what we can create. So just to see this, in order to do this funnel chart, friends, what we need to do is, we just need to have columns. For example, if number of prospects or things, whatever you are seeing there, so you just need to add the same thing to your size and also to the text as represented there. So can you just go on towards your right, Jayesh, to a traditional funnel chart? Next line. Yeah. So here the same thing they are just creating based on a traditional way. This is how to create it. So they are taking a column called number of prospects, and the sum of number of prospects have been taken. So they have just created a negative number of prospects there. So just to show us there. So next one, Jayesh. Yes. So you can just see now that both the negative sum of prospects and things, both are appearing there as a form of a chart, and this is how a normal funnel chart would look. You can just see that. So this is what an important thing to understand from here is, friends, both your the measure what you are going to see and the size whatever you are seeing, that has to be the same field, and then you just need to change the type of this chart. So for example, in text here, they just added the sum of numbers alone as a text, so that the negative numbers are not getting displayed there. So this is what a funnel chart would look like. So yeah, Jayesh, I just wanted to share that alone, and thanks for your help. I'm just taking back the presenter. Thank you, Jayesh. So this is what the funnel chart what we have got with something like this. So if I'm just swapping this axis and removing the making this segment, for now I'm just removing it here and just swapping this axis. Hope you are all able to see me screen, everyone. Okay. So this was the initial view of this. So for example, if you are seeing it by various segments here, so how each and every segments are performing here, you can just see that. So you can just see that sum of sales of those segments appearing there. And the negative has to come first and then the positive. And I'm just making it as an entire view. And you see now, this is the traditional way of creating a funnel chart, friends. So you can just see that it's now looking like a proper funnel there. In the text value alone, you just have the sales, whatever sales that you are having, you just drag the sales, drop it in the label sheet. So after you are just dropping it, you will be able to see. For home office, this is the sales, and for this is the sales, and this is how it is. So in order to just create this view of funnel, we are just making use of this negative sum of sales. So first the negative one has to be there, next the positive. If you are just turning it the other way around, friends, what happens is generally it will not work. It will not look like a funnel. So you just need to have this first, the negative sum of sales first, and then it has to be the positive sum of sales. Guma, okay. This is the funnel chart, friends. So for your reference, and the same thing we can just create it in a normal way also. So for example, the same sales, whatever you are taking it there, you just take the sales here, drop it here, and the same sales you just drop it in the size also, friends. And you just take the segment. So you just take the segment, drop it in your color. and make it as an enter view, you'll be able to see a funnel chart, something which appears like this. And you can just add a sum of sales to text or segment to text. You can just take this segment and add it to your label. So this is like the other way of creating the same funnel chart. It's very easy. The only thing is you just need to make sure that the measure, whatever you are seeing, has to be there in the size and also on the rows. And you will be adding a segment to colors and you will be getting this funnel chart. This is the other way of showing the funnel chart. So you can just see that you can represent your sales process or kind of stuff here using the funnel chart, and it can create some values and visualizations and add some value to you. Okay friends, is this clear everyone? Okay friends, so I think as I have to take you the control chart and the others alone. So I think we'll just continue that tomorrow, and we'll see on this control chart. I think that is the only thing which is left over. So I'll show you this control chart and how to create those control charts, and we will go on with our module number 10 tomorrow. Okay. Okay, friends, then so if you have any other questions, please let me know. We'll just see that now. Do you have any other questions, friends? If not, like we will stop the session for today, and we will continue tomorrow again. Thank you, Samir. Thank you, Jayashree, Sagar, Manikandan, Lokita, Kalpana. Thank you, everyone. So let's all continue again tomorrow. So for any questions, you can just drop me a mail. We'll see those. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Lokita. See you all. You all have a great day there. Thank you, friends. Bye-bye.